thing I think about when I think of Camp Horizon is like home away from home. It really is to a lot of people. They come here for refuge, or like if they're in town and they just like need a break from like everyday life, this is where they come. And we have like Inspiration Point that people just go out there and just sit when they're like having a bad day. And so it really is just like a place of refuge for a lot of people.
We loved visiting Camp Horizon. It's a place where strangers become family. We were introduced to Horizon by a friend who told us, "You have to go here. This place is growing and this team is doing great things." Joel and the Horizon staff love God and love this camp, and they've grown their program from 300 campers a summer to more than 1,000 lives impacted each year.
So it's been a busy time in the 7 years I've been here, because when I came, there was already a lot of good momentum, a lot of things happening, and I've just sort of been stoking the fire, trying to keep that excitement, enthusiasm for camping going and bring in more and more people. So we grew by about 100 campers a summer for about 7 summers there. Went from 300 campers, something like that, to now we had 1,200 campers this past summer. And with all that growth has been challenges, just logistical, and so we've been building buildings and adding beds and recreating the space as strategically as possible, but also as quickly as possible. When we're pricing it, we're not only thinking about what can a family afford, but what can a church sending a whole youth group, who the model I prefer is that parents aren't paying the bulk of it, but that they're doing fundraisers and raising money however from their local church, so that majority of the funding can come from the church. Because then the church is saying, hey, we see camping as a value to it's integrated as part of our entire strategic plan for faith development, and it's not just something we're going to put on a flyer and say, oh, if you're looking for something to do this summer, parents, send your kids to camp. Instead, I'd rather church say, we see the benefit and how this brings back and strengthens our ministry year round, and so we're going to make this a priority, and we're going to organize carpooling. Our pastor's going to go to camp. Our adult volunteers are going to go to camp. We're going to write letters to kids while they're at camp. We're going to celebrate them when they come home. And we're going to use camp as many ways possible to get these kids to feel like they're a part of the church, where so many churches struggle with feeling, though, if you're under 18, you're kind of in the same building, but you have your own church. And camp, we hope, will be a place that all ages can connect and leave people feeling like we are all one church.
So I personally love staff training in general, but we're hanging out today for staff training at Camp Horizon, and something I'm loving so far is, so counselors who've worked here in the past, they teach the activities and some of the sessions to the new staff. That kind of gives them that little leadership role and gets them refreshed as they teach new staff members. But then they've also brought in some community members and people from Southwestern College, and just really made staff training into a leadership opportunity. These staff are kind of at a conference for the week, and they're really growing in themselves and in their faith, and really preparing for a summer where they're the leadership.
I think we have 4 slingshots.
You know you have kids that signed up for the mud pit. Tell them to try to wear their mud pit stuff to breakfast, so it makes it easier and they can spend more time in the mud pit.
You create that like atmosphere that kids feel welcome to like share whatever they want to share, like, because that leads to, I think, growing your faith more. To be a counselor, it's just like the greatest opportunity you can have, because you get to spend the entire summer working with amazing people. Like, who spends their entire summer in like blistering heat, like sweating consistently, like just to play with kids all day and like do nothing else? Like, you forfeit your entire summer. We're here from May till August, and then school starts again. So they're just like the coolest people ever. And then you like are excited about that, and then these like campers come in and they're cool too. Like, who knew kids could be so cool? Like, they're outside of their comfort zone and you just like get to see them grow in so many ways and like get to show them God's love in like a way that they don't get to experience in like a big city, which is like Wichita, but that's fine.
Why camp? Because it's nature, it's kids, it's Christ.
Well, we're done. We taped our last staff member on our last day after our last storm.
This is a
at Camp
terrible time
Horizon.
to tape this. I'm so emotional right now. I love camp.
We just wanted to say thank you to everybody at Horizon. Y'all have been like super awesome and inviting and accommodating and letting us stay forever. It feels like we've been here so long.
I feel like with every camp we get, I guess, like more in our element and therefore more attached or more involved. I don't know what it is, but it's just harder every time to leave and say goodbye and not be able to, I don't know, just stay and see everything come into play. But I guess it's good to know, like, the people here are amazing, and the things that they do every summer and the things they're going to do this summer, they blow me away.
Thanks, guys.
And my biggest claim to fame is I hold the long distance driving record in the state of Iowa in disc golf.